Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be all the books I read in August and a little bit of July. So in all I read 19 books between the whole of August and a little bit of July, and I just want to talk about them since the last video I posted. Also, I didn't want to say sorry for missing a couple of days in uploading. Well, a couple of days since I was supposed to upload. Sorry about that. I've just been really busy, but I'm back right now and I'm going to talk about all the books I read. So we're going to get into all the star ratings I did, and then I will get into the books itself. But I just want to say, because I have 19 books to talk about, it's going to be a while. I'm trying to make it as fast as possible. So if you find it already stopped too fast, you can go into the settings at the bottom of this video and you can set my speed to like a slower speed so I could slow down for you, basically. So I'm going to tell you all the different star rating I read for all the books and beforehand, and then I'm gonna get into the book. So I had 5 5-star reads, 6 4.5-star reads, 6 4-star reads, 1 3.5-star read, and 1 3-star read. So that is the star ratings. Again, 19 books. So let me get into it. So the first book I read, I have on my notes as well. So the first book I read was Good Going Bad by Giana Darling. So this book I gave 4 stars. So let me just give you the thing in this book. So this book is number 3, the third book in the what is the name of that? I have it somewhere here, but it's basically her motorcycle club series. So I read the first 2 books and I already had it in my last video, which is the first book is Between King and Cressida, Lessons in Corruption. The second book is Welcome to the Dark Side with Zeus and Lulu. This is the third book. So if you want to see more about what I talked about the first 2 books, you can go and check out my video of books before this one, and we're gonna get into the third one. So as I said, it's called Good Going Bad. 4 stars, and let's get into it. So the name of the hero is Lion. I think it's Lion, but they call him Lion, and the female is HR, or they call her Harley Rose. And this book is about Lion as in the male. He's a police officer, but he's also like kind of like an underground police officer trying to play himself off as a biker to like get information to like take down the bikers, basically. So he's like a kind of corrupt, but he also like, even though he's trying to take down the bikers, he have like ties with the bikers, with that, as in he kind of like certain people in the biker group, so he kind of just feel kind of bad trying to take them down. So he try to kind of keep the balance of being a good cop, bad cop kind of way. And Harley Rose is Zeus's daughter, which is aka the biker gang that we like, which is the Fallen Men, because I have different bikers in the whole of the story. So the biker man that we're supposed to like basically is the Fallen Men, and Harley Rose is the daughter of the president of the biker club. So it's their love story. I don't want to get too much into it because it is the third book, so you kind of have spoilers for the first 2 kind of way. But it's their story. She obviously is a kind of bad biker girl, and he is kind of like a police, so he kind of they're not supposed to be together. It's kind of like forbidden for them to be together, but they have history. Like from since small, he used to take care of Harley Rose when her mother and her father couldn't. So they have ties, and it's just basically a story of them pushing and pulling to get together. So of course I have a lot of drama stuff, but as I said, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to like spoil for the other books. So I give it 4 stars. It wasn't my favorite out of the rest of them. The first 2 I gave 5 stars. This one I give 4 because I'm more like when the man is bad and the girl is good than when the girl is bad and the man is good. I don't know. They like my first book where the guy is actually the good one. So it's kind of like tricky, different for me. But yes, I give it 4 stars. So the next book is again from Giana Darling, but it's a different series called the Antiheroes in Love Duets. So it's a two book like series, I guess you could say. And I read both of them. The first one is When Heroes Fall, and the second one is When Villains Rise. So the two books is pertaining the same couple, which is Dante and Elena. And well, Giana Darling has like a lot of series, and all of them kind of have like overlapping, like people, you see them throughout all the series, even though there's different series in itself. She's always bring back old characters into other books, so you will see them talking about the Fallen Men sometimes in this one. And you know what I mean, kind of like these books, 5 stars, both of them. I love them so much. So this book, as I said, is about Dante and Elena. I keep saying that twice, but Dante is like the big boss of his mafia group. I can't remember which part is right now. I think it's for Italy, I believe. And Elena She's from Italy, but she's not really from like from any mafia. I think she's just like a family there who like used to they have mafia all around them, like obvious like in the streets, and she had family members who was like in the mafia, but she was just kind of like out of it. She like sisters was out of it, and the mother, and she actually hated the mafia because she had the bad side of it, because her father used to be a gambler, and her father got in a lot of trouble with the mafia and had to like pay back a lot of money, and the father literally put one of the daughters into sex slavery in another series that you can see about one of her sisters. So she literally hated the mafia. In the other book with the sister book with the sexual slavery, she and Dante end up getting good, and he ended up having to go on trial to go to prison. And the sister asked Elena, like, please, I know you hate the mafia, but I really want you to help out Dante to get him out of jail, because he's a good guy. He's one of the good guys, right? So she was like, Elena didn't want to do it, but she was like, she owes her sister, because you know she literally went to sexual slavery. Like, she owes her sister beg for everything she went through, because she went to sexual slavery to help pay off the father debt so they wouldn't hurt the whole family. So she was like, is the least I could do? So she went and had to like be the lawyer for Dante, and it was like enemies to lovers, grumpy sunshine, but she was the grump because she hated anything mafia, and he's like, for being a mafia then he's literally so like bubbly and just fun, and he's trying to like get you off his shell, and it was so like romantic and nice, because he was just, even though he's so like is that evil done, but he he just like care about his family, and if your family in trouble, he will help your family. But you know what I mean? Like, he just a family man, but then started to kill people. You know what I mean? It was just so nice to see Elena come out of her shell, because she was so, like, mean, and not really mean, it's more like misunderstood and just sad inside. So, the fact that Dante could literally come in as one of she hated people and, like, change she whole mindset, and it was just so nice to watch Elena just come out to herself and just be happy, and, you know, it's just so nice. So, I really recommend this series. I would say the stakes is not too high, as in like it don't have too much like bad things happening, or like for the whole of the thing, when they get together they never break up. Yes, they had like times they were separated, but they never actually, like, their relationship was never like broken, or no like cheated, or no, like, you know what I mean? Like they always loved each other throughout the whole series, which I love, because I was frightened that in the second book they would like break up or something like that. But no, like they had times where they were separated, but their love was always strong, and I love that about it. So if you're afraid about that in books, don't worry about that. This book didn't have that, and I love it so much. So yeah, 5 stars for that duet. Like, into the next book. So the next book I read was Manic from Amo Jones. I'm not gonna get into this too much. I'll give it 3 stars. I was gonna give it 2.5. The names in the book is Manic, and the girl name is Beatrice, but it's called a Beat. He's basically a rock star, and all girls want, and also he has like a dark side to him, that, you know, rock stars always have a dark side to them, like doing drugs and just all sorts of things. But he also actually is in the mafia, or some type of mafia, but either is Bradford, or I don't know, just something having to do with mafia. His father is that, and his father trained him to be like the killer of the mafia, like the enforcer, the person who does actually do all the bad deeds, and like the hitman kind of way. His father make him into that. So I decide when he rock starting, I decide he's like a mafia killer. So he kind of learned in the book. I wouldn't say that's a spoiler. It's like you'll see it in the beginning of the book. Because she literally she was working in a bar, and he came in, and she's both of them lock eyes against the room, but he's acting like if he didn't really like, she didn't really care. But she was always like, oh, he's so handsome, but also he's bad news because he's a rock star. You know, almost rock stars is bad news. So I'm just leaving to go home. She was passing in the back, and right at the back, he was literally in the middle of, like, literally killing somebody. And she see it, so obviously she see it, she's a witness. So he takes her and puts her in his basement, and it was just crazy after that. I expected it to be kind of crazy, because it's supposed to be a dark romance, so I was expecting it to be, like, crazy and, like, dark. But I don't know, I never believed the love at the end of it, and he was kind of, like, trash, to be honest. Like, real mean for no reason, and she was just, like, taking it. I found, yes, she's trying to be tough and trying to be like kind of get back at him and thing, but for the most part she was just like getting on like sick in love, even though he was like treating she like crap. So I didn't like it. 3 stars, honestly, which I could give it 2.5 stars. Blah. The next book I read is Grey by E.L. James. So this is the 50 Shades of Grey, but this is just in Christian point of view. So I read the first one. I give it 4.5 stars. Honestly, I want to give it 5 stars because I love 50 Shades of Grey trilogy. I love it. Yeah, old and yeah, cheesy and yeah, but I love it. I just want to see Christian point of view. So I entered the second book right now. It's going good, and not much to say. If you know, nobody you should agree. It's a real old show, well, old movie, old story, so everybody know, and they just in Christian point of view. So yeah. So the next book I read is two books actually from the same author. So the first one is called Intoxicated by Only James. I gave this one 5 stars. This is a gay romance. I think this author only write gay male romances. I think that's all I read from her so far. So the Intoxicated one, the names for the characters, obviously it's 2 men, so one is Link and one is Wyatt. I love this so much. So this and the Intoxicating book and the second book I'm gonna talk about is from a series. I can't remember the series right now, but it's basically a series about male bodyguards, and they just being a bodyguard for like different people, and I like the stories. So the first one, as I said, Intoxicating, this one is with Link and Wyatt, and Link is the bodyguard and Wyatt is actually a, how to say it, he's the mayor's son. Wyatt has a lot going on with him. He's very depressed. His father is very homophobic. So when the father knew that he gay, father like real vexed about it, and was like literally beating him and like belittling him. And so he always like acting out, like Wyatt always acting out. He literally tried to kill himself so many times. So trigger warning for like attempted suicide. But trust it and go into it, because the way Link like this helps him out of it is so sweet. Like it's so nice. They start off obviously enemies to lovers, like not really like each other, because Wyatt had bodyguards before and they were crap too, and he literally sent them running. Like he just do all kind of madness to make them like not want to work anymore. So he thought Link would have the same way, but Link was just so there for him. He see that the father was trash, and he tried to like be there for him as much as he could, and then he realized that Wyatt actually, like, because everybody's all treating him like crap, Wyatt just wanted someone to treat him nice, you know what I mean, just to care about him, care for him, all that kind of thing. And Wyatt is like a little boy at heart, because he never had, I don't know, he father just so much crap. Anyways, I love it so much. It was so sweet. Like, this book was so nice. I literally gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love it so much. The second one I read for it was Captivating. This one I gave how much I give? I gave it 4 stars. It wasn't my favorite. This one, the bodyguard name is Shepherd, I think, but he's called him Shep, and he actually is a sociopath, I think. Yeah, where he has emotions. He don't really have much emotions. So like things people will be overly happy for, or overly sad, or overly any kind of emotions. He don't really feel that. He just be kind of like just like that. And he kind of like learn to like read people to know when to like be happy. So like if you see everybody laughing, somebody tell a joke and everybody laughing, he would like laugh along with it, but he wouldn't really like, many emotions not really like that high. I guess I was sociopath. I mean, you can look it up, but they just don't have much emotions, right? So he is there, but for some reason, he never get this feeling before, but some reason when he meets the person who you have to bodyguard with, that name is Elijah. He just actually have a feeling for Elijah. Like there's the first time actually like felt deeply for somebody. And the thing with being a sociopath is, for the most part, you have no emotions, but when you find certain things to be emotional about, the emotion will be like even heightened, because you have no emotion for most things, but when you find out one thing, it's like there's like you're obsessed with it. So everybody who knows a sociopath was always like kind of like worried that he like be too like obsessed with Elijah, but he wasn't like overly obsessed. He would do anything for Elijah. He literally would do anything for him, kill for him, but it wasn't like dangerous for Elijah. Elijah was always safe, and you know what I mean, like it was good, it was cool. And it was I read about somebody who's a sociopath being like the hero or the heroine or anything like that, so that's kind of different. So yeah, next book I read is Still Beaten. So this book is Dark. This is by Jennifer Hartman. So this book I gave 4.5 stars, and the names of the heroine and the hero is Dean and Cora. So this book is about I don't want to give too much away because it's good to go in blind, so I'm just gonna give you like the basics of it. It's basically a kidnapping. Dean and Cora. Dean is Cora's sister's fiance. So Dean and Cora's sister are supposed to get married, and they was going to a party like before the wedding, and they went to a bar and there was liming and thing, and then Dean and Cora's sister left, and Cora stayed just to drink and chill. And then when she was ready to leave, she wasn't getting any transport, so she called back. She didn't know who to call, nobody was answering, so she called Dean to come pick her up. So while he was coming to pick her up, this weirdo man was like at the side outside the bar where she was signed up, and he was like just being a creep, right? And she was like, "You're weird, like get away from me." So right when she was like starting to feel real awkward with this man, Dean ended up showing up, and he ended up taking she, and they thought it was like, okay, that was just like a weird creep day. So they're driving to go home now. Next thing you know, like something happened to the car where the car like shut down, and then the same man who literally was talking to she crazy literally kidnapped them. So this story is crazy. So it's not only about the story is not only about the kidnapping, it's also about like what happens after being kidnapped. So while they was kidnapped, they had to go through so much sexual trauma. The book is also showing like what happens after, because they do end up getting away from him, but like they're showing like how long it takes for them to heal from it, the nightmares, just the like PTSD, everything is showing all of that. So, and plus also you also remember they did sexual things in this place, and now when they come out, Dean is still her sister's fiance. So now it's like this weird thing where it's like the sister's supposed to marry this man, and he cheats on with his sister, but they was forced to do it. So it's just crazy. So this book was crazy. Read it. Tell me you like it, but it's not for the faint of heart. It's very, very dark, very, very dark. I was kind of feeling like reading some parts, like wow. So the next books I read, I love it so much. I read 3 books by one author, which is J.T. Geisinger. So the first 2 I read is from a series called the Queens and Monsters series, I believe, or something like that. So I read the first 2 books. So the first one is Rootless Creatures, and the second one is kind of urgent, sorry. So the first one, as I said, is Rootless Creatures, and this is between Cage and Natalie. I give this book 5 stars. It starts us with Natalie and her friend Sloan. They were at a bar, and then they obviously see Cage like on the other side of the bar, and he was just like staring at them, very, very rude, very brooding. Natalie actually lost her husband. He went missing a couple of years ago, and she's been really sad about it. So every year on the anniversary, she was just like go and drink your life away. And her friend, Sloan, always telling her, go on, you gotta get back out there, and she's like, no. And then she finally get the courage to go and talk to the man at the custody room, which is Cage, and he literally shut you down. She's like, well, he's an asshole, like, you know. And after a while, they, you know, soften up, and the relationship get like an actual relationship, and he actually come to find out that he in the mafia. She's like, wow, well, so I go from a man who missing till I know what about the mafia. But it was so good. The story is so good. The spices, they amazing. This author not to write spice. So this one was really good. I don't want to get too much into it because it just know it was good. Read it. The second one, same thing. The second one is about her friend Sloan and Declan, I believe. And he also is in the mafia. So is the men always in the mafia? And well, I believe so far I read the men is in the mafia and the women just like getting into it. So Sloan, she is so cool because she is like real tough, and she not afraid of the mafia, man. She's not scared. She literally just like, I for the ride, like, yeah, sure. Well, if you like them, she have them by the balls, like literally, like she don't care, and she's just so funny and sarcastic, and she literally is driving Declan so insane. It's like, what is wrong with you? I trying to intimidate you, and you're not intimidated at all. So that was so fun to watch that. Yeah, that was just so fun to watch. So I recommend these 2 books. I give them both 5 stars, and I can't wait to read the rest of the books in the series. So yeah, the next book I read from her was Penpal. So this book recently came out, and this book was getting a whole lot of attention because it's like she called it a dark romance, but then she changed it to being an erotic thriller with like some romance in it. So this book, I'm not gonna give you anything because it literally mind blowing. And like you have to like giving you hints through the book, and then they have a big like thing at the end. So I don't want to give you nothing. I didn't want to tell you who the names of the people are because it is so crazy. Like go into this blind. Just know that it is kind of paranormal, kind of I don't know. It's a crazy book with a crazy ending, but it still is romance, but just an unconventional happily ever after ending. That's all I'm gonna say. I loved it. Give me 5 stars. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So the next book I read was Dragon's Bride by Katie Roberts. So this one is a monster romance. I gave it 3.5 stars. I didn't really love it that much. It is a novella length. So like most books would be like about 300 to 400 pages. This one was like 250 pages. So it's really short. The hero and the heroine name is Soul and Briar. So the man name is Soul, well the dragon name is Soul, and the female name is Briar. It starts off as, well, this is a whole series. I can't remember the series, but it's a whole series where it's basically these girls have like just something bad going on in their life, and they want to like get out of it. So they like try to get in contact with, I don't know if it's the devil or if it's like just a demon, or just, I think it's a demon. they're trying to get onto him to like make a deal, like bargain their life for like to help with whatever going on. So like if you could help them with whatever crisis they have, they will give up themselves for like 7 years to do whatever he want them to do. So in this one, Brian had like a lot of trauma going on with her life, with her husband, who was absolutely trash, treating her like crap. So she made a deal with the devil, the demon. I don't know if it's the demon or the devil. I literally can't remember because I literally didn't really care with the book. So for him helping her with that, he took it for 7 years to go and spend the 7 years with this dragon prince and potentially make a child for him so he could have an heir, because apparently making children with humans, these children must be stronger, I guess. I don't know. This book was, I don't know, I don't think I'm gonna continue on the series. It just, I don't know if it's because it was short, so everything just felt rushed or what, but I don't know. So yeah, next book I read was Bound by Honor from Cora Riley. So this book I gave 4 stars. This is a whole like probably like 10 book series. It's like really long, and I just read the first book. The names of the hero and heroine is Luca and Aria. So this book is again mafia. Luca is the head of the mafia. I can't remember which one, so I don't want to lie. So I don't want to say he's the head of one of the mafias in one of the countries, and Aria is the mafia princess for other mafia in other country. Just gonna say that I can't remember the exact thing. So they had to do an arranged marriage because there's mafias of two sides of countries, wherever there's like enemies basically, and the parents wanted them to get married so they could like, you know, mesh together, and they kind of stop the war between the two, and they could like form an alliance basically through the marriage. Obviously I didn't want to do it. The marriage was actually set in stone since she was like 15, and she was like, why I have to do this? But that is the role of a mafia princess, to be like a freaking bargaining chip. So when she turned 18, they end up getting married, and she literally on her wedding day, these sick mother truckers was like, we want to get your bloody sheets after the wedding day so you can make sure he take your virginity. Like, sick shit. So while she wedding, she literally terrified because she don't want to like lose virginity because she don't even know this man. And surprisingly, he was actually really nice to her, and he was like, yeah, well, I gonna cut my hand and I gonna put the blood on the sheet, and we don't have to do anything, and we can just make it look like we did it, and whenever you're ready we will do it. And I was like, wow, that's so nice. So that was really nice. Everybody believed how they actually do it, and they married. She's still scared of him. He's trying to show you that he nothing to be scared of. Yes, I'm mafia, but I'm gonna treat it like crap. I'm gonna treat it nice. I'm gonna treat it like crap. I'm gonna treat it nice, and you know, like we just chill. So he thinking how she would like a customer and like finally want to do it to him, and she keep like pushing him off till something happens. And I don't want to get too much into it, but I gave this book 4 stars. It was my favorite. I can't really read the rest because you put it on. The more you read, the more books you get into, the better this be. So yeah, this book was cool. It's cool, spicy. Yeah. Okay, so the next book I read was a what do you call this? Historical romance, and it's called The Lady Gets Lucky. So this is by Giana Darling, and I give it 4.5 stars. The hero and heroine name is Kit and Alice, and yes, let me get into it. So this one is basically like a teach me trope. So basically Alice is, you know how these say this like with Bridges and everything. Alice is like this. She's not a princess. She's just like a noble woman, right? A noble daughter. So the mother is trying to get her married off to like somebody wealthy so she can, you know, have a good life. The mother is literally the most controlling person I've ever seen in my entire life. The mother is telling she don't eat, don't drink, don't this. Literally telling she what to do everything. Step here, step there. Like the mother literally is so controlling, and she just like, what the hell? So they went to this like function, a 3-day function, and she ended up bouncing up Kit. And Kit is actually like a scoundrel, I think it's called it. It's basically like a man who like he literally not trying to get married, he just like sleep around with any woman he can find. So he kind of have a bad rep for that. And obviously in this day in that time, if a woman gets seen with him, she would like whole reputation will be ruined, because they would think that what she's doing, that they wouldn't believe that she's a virgin and all them things, and that could ruin she from getting a husband. So the mother's like, do not go anywhere near him, he's literally a scoundrel, da. But Alice was like, I so innocent, she's very curious, I want to know how to play with my husband before I even get a husband, or how to like flirt to get a husband that I actually want, not just who my mother want to give me. So she went to his chamber in the middle of the night, and she was like, here, well, I went to teach me how to flirt and teach me how to be sexual and everything like that. And he was like, I think we should do this. Like, I don't want to, if you get catch me, you could ruin your reputation. And she's like, no, let's do this. We'll come in the middle of the night, we'll sneak around, we'll be careful, let's do this. After a while, he was like, hey, what, I want to get something out of this. So apparently she loves to cook, but her mother's like, woman shouldn't be cooking, shouldn't know to cook, leave that for like the maids and them. But she liked to do it, and she actually lives in a hotel. So she and the chef of the hotel real good, and he's teaching how to cook and everything. So he was like, and apparently he's a well-known chef. So Kit was like, if you could get me, if every session we do of me to teach you how to flirt and thing, I want to give me a recipe of this man, because I want to open my own gentleman's club and have the recipes, get the recipes real bad, and want to get people like use as attraction for people to come to his club. So they agreed to that, and I just like them going through like teaching each other. Well, he teaching her how to flirt and get a man, and she giving him the recipes. So I don't want to get too much into it again from that, but it was so cute, so nice. It was just really nice. Kit is so soon with it. It's just so, I love it so much. So yeah, and it has spice, so love it. The next book I read is the most talked about book on booktube, Magnolia Parks. Oh my gosh, this book it's really talking about like by everyone and everything, and I read it and I loved it. So I gave it 4.5 stars. This is by Justa Hastings, and yeah, 4.5 stars. I didn't give it up for the 5 stars because the topics in the book is basically about cheating, and I don't really like that. But the way how this person, well, Justa Hastings wrote this book, it was so nice. I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know, it was just so nice. So this book is basically about BJ is the male and Magnolia is the female, and it's very character driven. It don't really have a plot. It's just about them going about their life, going through the like broken relationship and their friend group. So BJ and Magnolia used to be together a while back. They know each other since like they were like real young, and they were together for like a good while, and then something happened and they broke up. And the something that happened is BJ cheated on her, but she don't know who it was with and why it happened, and he don't want to tell her anything further than that. He come to her and tell her that he cheated on her, but he didn't want to tell her who and why and how, and that way trying to figure out along the way with the book. So you can see that they is literally so amazed because they still like love each other so much, but it's just this one thing just like keeping them apart. So that is what's going on, and I don't know, the book is crazy. Read it. And the second book right now, the second book is about a different couple, still about the same kind of world, but it's a different couple. And then the third book is going back to furthering on the first book, because the first book ended on like a cliffhanger. They do end up together at the end of the first book, but they do end up together at the end of the third book. And the second book right now, not going as good, but we're getting there. The next book I read was Praying for Rain by B.B. Easton. I gave this book 4.5 stars. This book is like a pre-apocalyptic time. So basically, everybody in this town getting nightmares every night about the world ending on March 23rd, I believe. And so the whole world just gone crazy. Everybody just dreading this day to come, and they just seeing them going along this time, going through that. So the hero and the heroine names are Wes and Rain. Rain is the female, and Rain is just like, everybody just scared that the world gonna end, and Rain is like terrified, but also she just trying to get through life as well, because everybody's so scared. People just like start to go crazy in the town. Like people just start to get like rabid crazy. People they thief and everything, they loosen out all the groceries, doing everything because they think the world gonna end. This is just basically how the story go on. It's just them trying to like survive while this apocalypse basically coming looming over them. And it was really good. It have 2 other books to it, and I can't wait to finish this series, but it was cool. It was good. It's spicy, and you know, it's just like basically like apocalyptic time. So like they have no water, they have no electricity. They're just trying to kind of roughen it. So yeah. So the next book I read was Pageant and Crown. So this is another duet from Little Vincent. The first book is Pageant, the second book is Crown. I gave these 2 books 4 stars each, and it following the same couple. So the couples names are, this is actually a reverse harem. If you don't know what a reverse harem is, it basically where one girl and like multiple men. It could be like any amount. This one has 3 men and 1 girl. So the 3 men names are Constantine, Karim, and Elijah, I think. and then the girl name is Lilia. So this book is I guess you could say mafia again, yeah. Constantine is like the don of like all of them, and then Elia and Karim is like his two like sidemen who's be with him. And Elia and Lilia has history because when Elia was younger, like 18 years old, she her father is also a mafia don, and he like did an arranged marriage for her and this like next man, this older man, like 20 or 30 years older than she. And Elia was one of the was her husband worker, right? He used to be her husband's driver. So while he come in to like pick up the husband, he would like be flirting with Lilia, and she would try to say it for him, but they couldn't get away from the attraction, and then they end up they end up kind of doing things. They never actually had sex, but they actually just like they like kiss and stuff like that. And then her husband ended up getting killed. And then she was on the run because she remembered saying how she is the one who killed her husband. She didn't do it, so she went on the run, and she was like being a model in Paris. I think it's Paris. And while she was there, while she was going home, this family, or like actually this couple who was friends with her father, stopped her and was like, "Oh hi, I haven't seen you in so long. Come and get some tea." And she's like, "I don't want to tea because I don't want my father to know where I is." But she couldn't really tell her no because So she gonna buy them, and then while she buy them, this psycho man come and literally just murder them in front of his face. And obviously she's a witness, so he couldn't just leave. She did, so he literally kidnapped her. Come to find out, she in this dungeon with all these other women, and they're gonna be a part of some pageant. So Constantine, who is the mafia done for Karim and Elia, like them group, he wanna have this pageant with 16 girls to basically do a pageant, and like whoever win gonna be his wife. So this book is crazy. It's just insane. They don't end up together in the first book, but the second book obviously is the end of the series, so they end up together in that one. And this book is just crazy. Lilia is so strong. She has had them for them being mafia dons. She have all of them wrapped on her fingers, and like even though they want to hate you, they can't hate you because she just is, what I mean? She's just so strong. She always like one up in them, and like even no matter how much she brings she down, she just always end up on top. So that book was real good. That series was really good. The last book I read was Soul Eater by Lily Mayne. So this book I give 4 stars. This is another monster romance. It's actually a male 2 guys monster romance. The 2 guys' names are Win and Danny. So Win is the soul eater, like a monster, and Danny is like a normal human. Danny is a part of the military, and the world is like normal Earth, but monsters like take over, so everybody kind of going crazy too. So like it kind of like the apocalypse way, like nobody don't really make anything, everything closed down, no water, no electricity, everybody's kind of fending for themselves. The soul is everybody scared of him, but he have a soft spot for Danny, and then Danny is kind of like curious about him. He killed everybody, all the military that like was going out to like try to capture the soul eater. He killed all of them except Danny, and now the military who survived, like the the captains and them who survived and realized how the soul eater killed everybody but Danny. Was like, why he didn't kill you? Just questioning him, and yeah, kind of go from there. So this one was cool. I don't know if I'll go read the rest, maybe like sometime later on in the year, but it was cool. And yeah, as I say, give it 4 stars. So it was cool. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Tell me if you read any books in the past month. I'd like to know any books you recommend to me. Thank you so much for watching. I did want to say currently I'm reading the 4th book in the Giana Darling Fallen Men series, which is After the Fall. This is back to Ken Cressida again, so I'm reading that right now. And I also read New Wolf Hotel series, so I kind of reading box on for those 2. So yeah, tell me for what I'm reading right now, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.